gals, Mama Bear here with a daily dash of life. If you're new to my channel, I'd like to send you a very big welcome, and if you're one of my 12-gallon cup drinkers, welcome back. Today's video and recipe is going to be something that's super duper easy, super simple, and it's something to eat when you don't really know what to eat. And the first time Papa Bear saw me eating it, he was like, that doesn't look very good to me. That looks pretty questionable. But once he actually tried it many years later, he loved it. Now let me tell you what you will need. There are two different ways you can make this. There's actually a couple of ways you can make this. You can make it on a budget style, or you can make it on a more premium, bigger budget style. If you're gonna make the low budget style, just grab yourself some noodles, some store-bought noodles. You can use either some chicken broth, or if you don't have any chicken broth, you can use some chicken bouillon. And you will need some Parmesan cheese, some grated Parmesan cheese, and some butter. The second way to make it, if you're more premium, get yourself some noodles that are as fresh as possible. This is the freshest that I can find. It's in the cold section where like the nicer cheeses are. Get yourself some bone-in chicken stock, and you can get yourself some fresh Parmigiano Reggiano, fresh Parmesan, or fresh Pecorino Ramano. I think this one is, yeah, this one is Pecorino Ramano. Again, you will need butter, and then you will need your pot of water. So let me go ahead and, if you are using your chicken broth or your chicken bouillon, you can fill this with a little bit of water and then pour some chicken broth or the chicken bouillon in there. Let the bouillon dissolve, mix it all in, bring your water / bouillon to a boil, and then you will proceed to cook your noodles just like you would cook them any other time. Now with this chicken stock, mix it all up. I'm using chicken stock this time, but like I said, there's times where I just use water. If I don't have my bouillon, or if I'm out of my chicken broth, then I'll just use water. But I love it when it has the chicken flavor, because those noodles absorb the chicken flavor and it just makes it that much better. So I'm going for the premium style tonight. Oh. Now this bone-in chicken stock says not to dilute it, so I'm not going to be using any water in here today. I'm using 8.25 ounces. This is 8.25 ounces, and I have 2 of these, so I'm going to need another one. Shake it up. So let's say 16.5 ounces of this bone-in chicken stock. Put this on the stove. And I'm gonna bring that up to a boil. Now, while that is starting to boil, I just wanted to give you a little tip that I recently did for myself to make my life a little easier. The cubs are constantly drinking water, well, we all are. And there's times where I can't always fill up all their water all the time. It's a little time consuming, or if I'm in the middle of feeding, I can't just stop what I'm doing and give them water. So what I did was, I've always liked them to use spill-proof cups. They used the Condigo water bottles for a long time, and now we're giving these Miracle 360s a whirl. These are from the Munchkin brand. These are the spill-proof, no spill, And here are the lids that come, they don't come with them. They're made for them, but they're sold separately. So this is what we're using right now. This is the bigger, this is the, I believe 24 ounce. Yes, this is the 24 ounce and this is the 14 ounce right here. Now, I can just unscrew these. They bring me the water bottle. I unscrew it for them. And then they come right over here. I bought this cheap little water dispenser at Walmart for almost $5. And they can proceed to fill up the water themselves. This has made my life so much easier. So I just thought I would share that with y'all. Because if you have a lot of cups running around and you don't have like the in the refrigerator water dispenser and you always have to get the gallons and pour it yourself, that is the perfect alternative. I just showed them what to do, what not to do, and bing, bang, boom, they're independent. So I urge you to give that a try. Tip of the day. Oh, and another tip, they are always color coordinated with their favorite colors. If I can't find favorite colors, then I try to find different prints just so that the cups always know whose cup is whose. And that's not to be persnickety or, well, they can't share their stuff, but I don't like them to share their stuff because, well, when it comes to germy stuff, because if someone ends up being sick and we don't know it yet because they're not showing any symptoms, they don't pass it along to the next person by accidentally picking up somebody's cup because they look alike. So when they look different, you can tell the difference right off the bat and no germs get spread, and one may get sick and the others don't. So I wanted to throw that in there before I forget because I nearly did. Now, also while that's boiling, I'm gonna go ahead and start shredding up some of my cheeses. I'm gonna shred up the Pecorino and the Parmesan. I want that today. And with the butter, you can either melt the butter down before you put it on your noodles, or you can just chop off a piece and while your noodles are hot, put the butter on top of it and mix it around, and then your noodles will melt the butter. Papa Bear prefers it in the microwave before he even adds it to the noodles, but I don't really, it doesn't matter to me. Either way, the butters get noodled. The noodles get buttered. Well, it sure has been a long day, hasn't it? One thing about these fresher noodles is that they only take 45 seconds to cook. So let me add that to the pot. Oh, there goes the washing machine. Okay, so how am I going to time this 45 seconds? 1 1,000, 2 1,000. Okay, time to add my butter. And I just put the noodles right on top of the butter to let it heat, get it melted. I always had to have a plate of noodles. Like if I had a serving, if I made spaghetti and I had a serving, I would split the serving in half and have my noodles just like this with the butter and the Parmesan. I called them Parmesan noodles. And then I would go back for my other half of my serving and add the sauce after I was done with the first serving. And Papa just thought I was crazy for the longest time. Oh ho ho. But little did he know he was missing out all those years. Okay, now I'm gonna start adding my cheeses. Didn't have time to shred before. Whoop. Oh yeah, baby, oh yeah. Spoiling myself tonight. Okay, that's the Parmesan. Now let's go for some Pecorino. I've seen that in Italy they use a lot of Pecorino. Yes, I am very generous on the cheese. Mix it around. Yes, 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 yes. Oh my, my, my. And that, my dear friends, is how it's done. I love when the cheese hits the hot noodles and begins to curl and melt. I've put out some easy meals, but this by far is the easiest. That chicken flavor in the noodles. That fresh cheese. Bon appetit. I hope you learned something new today that you didn't know yesterday. Toodles. This has been Mama Bear with a Daily Dash of Life. And as always, don't forget to spice up yours. May God bless you. Thanks for watching. To subscribe, click my watermark and click any video icon for more videos or to start a playlist. Check out bonus footage at Instagram and Twitter at A Daily Dash of Life. Toodles!